Bonjour.
Bonjour. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Ça va? Welcome back
Comment
to
allez-vous?
Talk. We're answering your
Bien.
questions.
I'm done.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you?
Je
Hey.
voudrais
We.
manger quelque chose.
Joe wants to eat something.
Oh, je voudrais boire quelque chose.
What are you even saying?
I want to drink something too. I'm thirsty.
Neat. Okay, so we're answering your questions. We asked you if you had questions about what it's like to live in Switzerland, and we have them right here. So this question is from Sherry. What is the craziest weird thing you have seen there? I know my answer. Do you have one?
Your answer is our answer.
My answer is awesome.
So we'll share it.
I feel like I should show you a picture. So I'm going to tell you about it, and then I'm going to add a little video. There is a bathroom, an outdoor bathroom. It's not a latrine. It's an outdoor bathroom in Lausanne, Switzerland. And it's all glass. So you can see into the bathroom, and you can see the toilet and the sink and everything. And it's just out in public. But when you go into the bathroom and lock the door, all of the windows fog up. And so you can't see the person going tinkle. But what if you forgot to lock the door?
Yeah.
People could see you tinkle.
They could see it. And you wouldn't know fully.
Really?
Because it looks, when you're looking out, it looks the same either way.
Oh
You
my
don't know
gosh.
for sure if they...
I feel like we should take you on a field trip there.
Yeah. We'll go check it out. It's really not that different. I'll be honest.
No,
it's
it's
beautiful,
really
but like when I'm going around, other than the fact that people speak a different language,
That's not true. It is super different. I think we're just used to it now. I mean, it
Really?
is miles and miles of vineyards, and we're driving by rock walls covered in moss.
no, I agree
and-
with the beautiful. I'm not saying not beautiful. I'm saying just what's the craziest weird.
Oh,
Like I
weird
lived in
things,
the
yeah.
heart of the Amazon jungle for a few years.
Oh.
I could give you story
So
after
braggy.
story of. So there I was. Braggy's the last piece of that. No, but there was tons of crazy, just weird. What I mean by that is it's very similar as far as the living standards and how
Okay.
that works.
Yeah.
I will say one of the weirdest things was a home had a whole room that its sole purpose was for fondue, cheese. It was a cheese room.
It smelled like cheese.
Yeah.
We almost rented that house.
Almost. It was close.
Okay. Oh, this might be my most favorite question. What is the nicest thing someone has done for you?
Swiss Ma, hands
Oh
down.
my goodness. Okay. So here we live in this darling little house in Switzerland right next to Lake Geneva. And the owners actually live just a couple houses down. Well, they have their aunt and uncle that live with them. And they're an older couple. And they're darling. They speak very little English. We have dubbed them Swiss Ma and Swiss Pa, and we love them with all of our hearts. Swiss Ma doesn't speak any English. Swiss Pa speaks a little bit. He speaks like 7 languages. He's amazing.
He speaks a lot, actually. She
Yeah, he
speaks
does.
too. I just think she doesn't let us know. I think she speaks some English too.
Maybe. But I tell you what, they are loves. I had my first experience with them when I was out planting flowers to go in our window boxes. And she came over and we played, what is it?
Charades.
Where we just act
Wait,
things
hold on.
out.
What? Charades. Of all times, that's when you should have done charades to be able to tell you what.
Yes.
Yes.
So she helped me plant my window boxes just by motioning to me that she wanted to help. Or one day she brought over a scooter and knocked on the door and invited Colin to come out, and she scooted him around.
Recycling. The
She
first
takes
several
my
weeks she would
recycling
come.
to the déchetterie.
Yeah, and it's not easy. It's not like, oh, you put it all in one. It's
No.
a big
It's
process.
They're darling. They are so kind, and my kids love them. So they told me one day, through a lot of charades and some Google Translate and some English, that they wanted to help out with the kids. So they recognize that we have 4 kids, and it's really tricky to get the big kids to the bus stop, which is like a half a mile away. Joe to work, and then I still have 2 little kids at home, generally sleeping at that hour. So Swiss Ma comes over every single morning, and I did not ask her to do this. She offered. She comes over every morning and watches Colin and McKinley while I drive Joe and the big kids to school. And then when it's time for the big kids to get off the bus and come home for lunch, she picks them up at the bus stop and drops them off at home.
Unbelievable. Kindness.
Then, when it's time for them to go back to the bus stop, she picks them up at home and takes them back to the bus. And then, if it's raining, she'll pick them up at the bus stop and drive them home after school. So they have truly.
And that can't be easy because she doesn't speak English and we don't speak French yet. And so think about, that's awkward for her to come in and just be so open to service.
Oh.
And she comes in here. And so we're trying to learn more French. And I give her bisou bisou every time.
Yes.
That's actually probably why she's
just making out with her.
No, seriously, talk about just a heart of gold of a person that does service. It's amazing.
Before we moved here, we heard that the Swiss were very dry and not really interested in being friendly. We have not experienced that at all.
Yeah, it really hasn't.
Every single person we have met has been kind and loving and service-oriented. I mean, we're blown away. I mean, really, because our kids got lost several times trying to make it home from the bus stop or getting on the wrong bus or, because the bus system's crazy and the school system's a little bit tricky to figure that out. They ended up at total strangers' houses who found my phone number and who fed them and cared for them and drove them home. I mean, truly, the whole time has been filled with absolutely incredible people. Let's see. How are the kids adjusting to the changes? Fine.
I think we covered that.
Yeah, Colin and McKinley don't know that anything's different. And Hunter and Paisley have a really good attitude. We've spent our whole life saying Paisley is so unaffected. Like, we could put her in timeout and get totally mad at her, and she'd be like, okay. She just doesn't care. It turns out she's
positive,
just extremely resilient, and it has been the most positive thing during this change. She's like, you want me to go to a French school? Okay. You want me to learn French? Okay. Like, she's just so easy in that way. Mm-hmm. So it's been good. What holidays do or don't they celebrate? Well, Halloween is not a national holiday here.
But they kind of did, though. At the kids' school, they had witches and skeletons in the windows.
But I don't think they observe it the same way we do in America. They observe it because there's so many expats. But
no, not in because our school isn't an expat. We're the only ones.
But because expats brought Halloween over. Yeah. So, like when you, and disease and lice. I don't know. We don't have lice. So anyway, when I was trying to buy them Halloween costumes, it was just ghosts and goblins and all things scary. So it's not really celebrated as like a, fun dress up day. It's a little different. Thanksgiving is this week. Joe's going out of town. I will be celebrating Thanksgiving with the kids, but it's not a holiday here, obviously. So things like that.
Christmas they celebrate.
Yes, and they have Father Christmas, who speaks every single language, and we will take you on an adventure to meet him. And he genuinely speaks every language. Did you hear that?
I think America, the universe is saying done.
Done.
No more.
Okay, here's another question. Stacy, his song, we just discovered On Shoes. Do you know anything about them? No, Stacy, I don't. I'm assuming they're a European shoe.
On Shoes.
On Shoes. I don't know. I'm going to research it. I'll get back to you.
Find out.
Okay, next question.
This is like Christmas. I don't know what I'm going to get.
Christmas. Aunt Ann. This is from Aunt Ann. Hi, Aunt Ann. She says,
Did she actually write Aunt Ann?
No,
it, or
I
you
wrote Aunt Ann.
Okay.
Yeah. My cousin.
So I call him a cousin Adam. Even though everyone knows he's my cousin and he knows he's my cousin. I don't think I've ever
salutate him. Like,
yeah, I don't say, "Hey Adam, how are you?" It's always, "Hey cousin Adam." I roomed with him at college. I called him cousin Adam.
That's weird.
That's awesome.
That's weird.
Continue.
She said, my cousins are half Swiss. When Christine went over there, she said the European cousins thought we were all nuts to have so many gadgets. Blenders, dishwasher, mixer. Is that still the mindset? Yes. Kitchens here are a lot smaller. Even in the huge homes, they're a lot smaller. So when we moved our furniture in, we have American big furniture. And our movers thought we were just crazy. And you could see it on their face every time they'd pull something out of the truck. They were like, oh, God, American big. So, yes, I think it is still a mindset that we just have way too much stuff. And we really do.
We do have too much stuff, though.
I mean, really.
In general, Americans
Cupcake
do.
makers, cake pop makers, donut makers. Like, it's a little ridiculous. So, yeah, we've gotten rid of a lot of stuff. We just don't have room for it.
Interesting side note. So the kitchens, not only are they smaller, but it was seen as an advantage if they were closed off. So, like in the U.S., a lot of times it's, I want an open kitchen. There, it's almost like I want it closed so that, just the person in the kitchen is the only one in there. So it's not like a invited, let's get a bunch of people in the kitchen. It's a keep it small, work it out.
Yeah. I do love I love our house. Our kitchen is a closed kitchen if you want it to be, but it has big doors to open. Okay, Andrea said, where are you planning to visit in Europe next? So we just got back from Venice, Italy, which was amazing.
Which was our first, that was our first destination.
Yeah.
Trip. Most of our trips have been
to visit family
reunions, which are awesome, and I
Mm-hmm.
love. This is the first time ever we've said, we're going to go somewhere and do something.
Yeah. So we did. We went to Venice, Italy. It was incredible. Our next one, let's see. Right now it's November. In March, I'm either going to Prague or Paris with my sisters. And if they're not coming, then you're all invited. But it's my birthday and I want to go somewhere. In June, in May, we're going to go to London.
Yep.
Joe's brother lives there.
Or if you're listening to this, Johnny, we still got to work out the date.
We're coming to visit you.
We would like it to be sometime in the summer before they leave.
Yeah.
London will be a good one.
So I think Prague for me.
Mm-hmm.
London
and then
for
skiing,
Joe.
we're going to do in February, we'll do a big ski week. So we'll go get a cabin and just spend a week skiing and snowboarding.
They have ski week here, so the kids get a week off just to go skiing.
Yeah.
So
speaking of which, have I shared how to remember?
Nope, you haven't. Nope, you haven't. I don't know what you're going to say, but no.
I was going to say how to remember our last name, and then I realized
the kids know our last name.
name.
Okay, the next part of that question is, how do you help your kids with their homework when it's in French? Great question.
We don't.
If you have an answer to that question, please let me know. Basically, Google Translate. Yeah. And even then, Google Translate has a bunch of people in their engineering rooms
that are playing funny tricks on us.
Because I cannot tell you how many times a curse word or something else has popped up. I'm like, I'm sure that's not what they're saying in French. So I'm not able to help them. Really.
We're actually getting better, though, because we're getting to the point where we can even infer some of the different things based off of the few words we know.
Yeah.
But
it is tricky.
We're really hitting it hard. So we're doing Duolingo. I'm doing Pimsleur.
I've got a tutor. The kids have tutors.
Yeah, so we'll be able to tell you in about 6 months what are the best ways to learn another language because we're trying
everything.
We're trying a few different things.
The last part of that question, has reality hit? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it has. I felt like we were on vacation up until our stuff got moved in. And then once our stuff was here, it felt like we were at home. But also reality hit. And I think I spent a couple days just kind of in a funk. And not because I missed home. And not because I missed anything in particular. I think it was just, okay, now I can't just sit around and say, someday I'm going to learn French. Or someday I'm going to do this. Or someday, now's the day. So yeah, reality has hit. And you know what? I really like it. I really like reality. Hunter and I we were giggling the other day after a really hard time of helping him with his homework, which I failed miserably at. And I was in such a bad mood. And finally, I apologized and I said I was sorry. And we started laughing about how we get told all the time, you are living a fairy tale. And we started laughing because we were like, yeah, we are living a fairy tale. We are living the most incredible fairy tale. But there is not one fairy tale I have ever seen where it has been fairies and butterflies in the middle of that fairy tale.
It's true.
You know, a fairy tale is a fairy tale because hard things happen and tricky things happen and you handle it and you get through it and you do it with a good attitude and then there's a happily ever after. And we really like this fairy tale. It's tricky and we can do tricky.
Yeah.
We can do tricky
But
because
that's
of this
no
guy.
different than the normal life too, though.
No,
Life,
it really isn't.
no matter what, someone sees on social media or different stuff, we all go through different challenges. We all go through some days where you're just so grateful that the day's almost over, and you look forward to waking up and having it be a new day the next day. But I'd say, generally speaking, it's been great.
Yeah.
Been easier of a transition than I thought it would be.
Yeah. I will say, I think the biggest and best thing for this transition has been that, and not to get total cheeseball.
Preach.
Oh my goodness. We could not do this without each other. I told Joe today I would follow him and I've told him 1,000 times. I've told him when we lived in the States, I would follow him all over this earth. And I would find him on 1,000 different earths. And in 1,000 different years, I would find him. And I would marry him again. Because we can do anything together.
14 years.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
You're my best friend.
I'm my best friend. Don't boot me. Don't boot me.
You're my best friend.
Answer. What are one of my least favorite things in this world, Alex?
Joe told me I can't boop him when I drop him off at work anymore.
She would drop me off at work and she'd
professional.
say, "Have a good day. You're my best friend." Boop.
Joe told me it wasn't
Yelling
professional.
out. No, I didn't say it wasn't professional. I just said I don't like it.
Next question.
But thank you.
You're welcome.
Very sweet.
Oh, this is a long question, so we're going to take a pause and we'll be right back.